special edition of Tales and Tips. I'm so excited to have with me here today the gang from Showered with Loves. Yay! All right, and I'm going to have each of you introduce yourselves, and we're going to talk about the amazing things you're doing throughout our community.
My name is Kelly Hanisch.
Mary Jarrard.
Lori Behnke.
All right. And you ladies are phenomenal. I was introduced to you, I think, about 2 years ago when you were beginning the stages. You didn't even you had your van, but it wasn't equipped yet with showers. Let's talk about what that process was. And you were out in the community fundraising. You actually approached my leadership Lodi group, and I voted for you guys. I wanted to see you guys up and running as soon as possible. But talk about your mission. Talk about how this all came together, why you wanted to do it, and what the process was to get your van and to get it going.
Well, so it all started with me volunteering at Helping Hands.
And they were on here. Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay,
tell the
yeah.
whole story.
Okay, so I was volunteering at Helping Hands, and there was an opportunity for the homeless to be able to take what was called bird baths at Helping Hands. But then unfortunately, one bad apple spoiled it for the whole bunch, and they had to lock down their bathrooms. They weren't able to let the homeless use their bathrooms anymore. And so that's when I thought to myself, well, we need to do something. The homeless need to be able to get clean. How are they going to come and get clean clothes from Helping Hands if they're just filthy dirty? And so that's when I started Googling mobile showers. First one that came up was Lava May in San Francisco, and then the next one was Cleansing Hope in Modesto. And I started, I went to Cleansing Hope's first day of service, which was almost 3 years ago, and introduced myself to them and got connected with them. And then I started volunteering down there every Thursday to learn everything that I needed to know about how to run a mobile shower. And Dean Dodd and Kelly Ott were very kind.
And they're awesome. They were on here recently
Yes.
telling their amazing story.
Yes, and so they were very kind to me, and they took me under their wing and taught me everything I needed to know.
Awesome.
Yes, and
Awesome.
even this last weekend, Dean invited me down to Modesto because he had 1,440 pairs of socks to donate to me.
Wonderful.
So, yeah, we stay connected.
And then how did you guys join in? How did you become the trio?
Well, I came in, I was helping Mary serve with another ministry, passing out clothes, helping her with her clothing ministry. And then she started talking hot and heavy about this mobile shower business. And so I just happened to be there, and I felt I could help her. So that's how I got into helping her.
Awesome. And
Well,
how-
no, I'm gonna go back first. I asked her because these girls are my BFFs, and I couldn't imagine doing it with anybody else. So I asked Kelly, would you like to help me with this? And she's like, I don't know, Mary. I just don't know. And then I invited her down to Modesto with me so that she could see that I wasn't crazy, that there's other people that are doing this. And then once she did see the lives being changed by the showers, then she was on board. Okay.
And how about for you?
Well, we all go to church together, so Mary approached me and wanted me to come on board as the treasurer. And so I said, okay. And then I started going down to Modesto with them also. And yeah.
And I don't think a lot of people in the community they take for granted what it is to be able to, in your home, have a shower. And for people that are on the street, if you're not able to shower, not only does it affect how you feel about yourself, but it's a health factor as well. And not only with your physical health, but your mental well-being. And you're not going to go out and look for a job or look for housing or anything else if you feel filthy and you don't feel good about yourself, if you don't feel presentable. And yes, there are organizations that offer showers, but they're also limited. And frequently the people that live on site, like at Gospel Center Rescue Mission or at the Stockton Shelter for the Homeless, there's a long line of people waiting to get a shower. This is not something where there's an abundance of this available. And the fact that you're mobile is phenomenal, and we'll talk about all the different locations that you serve and some of the requirements and why you chose those locations versus others. But it's hard for people to access sanitation.
Yes, yes.
And then let's talk about what you provide in addition to the showers.
We provide socks and underwear and hygiene kits and everything they need to shower. 3-in-1 body wash, towel, washcloth. We have everything they would need to shave.
Oh,
we have
wonderful.
a shaving station on back. Clippers so they can do hair trims. And we've helped out with that, a little bit. We'd like to have somebody maybe come from time to time, give haircuts. But yeah.
Wonderful. And how does someone connect with you? If we have a viewer or listener that has a skill with trimming hair, how do they access you?
So they can go to our website at swlove.org, and all our information's on there. They can call us personally on our cell phones. Our numbers are out there, and just give us a call.
All right. And you mentioned your website. What about Facebook page?
Yes, we have a Facebook page and an Instagram page.
And they can also contact you through there as well.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
All right. So talk about the stages of what had to happen for the shower to actually be functional. And then let's give a shout out to some of the different organizations and people that have helped you and kind of plans of where you'd like to be in the next few years.
Okay, so first of all, we'd like to thank Faith Community Church in Acampo. They're the ones that donated the bus to us. So that was the first start. And then we had to go get our 501c3, and thank Janine Bender for taking care of all those needs for us. And then we got that in October of 2018. And then 2019, we hit the pavement. And we went out with our little trifolds like this, and I had a little book that had things in it, and we would go, and we, started with all the big churches. First Baptist, Quail Lakes, Oasis, because we thought, they'll be on board. Well, there's a lot of politics that goes on with your big churches. So, we're still hoping that they'll come on board with us and help us with the monthly donation. Doesn't have to be a big amount. I mean, $50, $100 a month. If we could get all the churches in our community to commit to a monthly donation, we wouldn't have any worries about running this bus or starting a new one.
And that would be awesome, because definitely the organization from Modesto was connected to multiple churches, and to me that was amazing, and that made sense to me because it's helping people in the community.
Yes.
So let's talk about some of the obstacles that you faced with having the retrofit to the van, and we'll talk about what you have right now and the capacity and where you're going and whom you're serving.
Okay, so we like I said, we hit the pavement in January, and May 3rd, May 4th, what was it?
May 3rd.
May
We
3rd.
went into the shop. But there's nobody out, there's no blueprint for, converting a 22 passenger wheelchair shuttle bus into a mobile shower. So, first we had to convince somebody that they really wanted to do that for us and that they could do it. We went to
Maxie?
Maxi Trailer, a food concession outfit that builds the food concession trucks, and kind of
Yes, and then this is kind of a cool story. The secretary that was there, her name was Aurora, and her father was homeless. And so she just had the heart of, and she was also the fiance of the owner of Maxi Trailers. So, he was kind of standoffish, really, I don't know if I want to build showers, but she convinced him to build these showers. And so Maxi Trailers did that for us. And their main builder's name is Jesus. And we worked with him. He didn't speak any English. And we had to build this bus with that communication gap. And we did. We brought him down to Modesto 3 times. And so that he could see everything. And like I said, they were very good to me to let my builder just come and ask questions. We had an interpreter there the 3rd time we were there, and Jesus was able to get a good idea on what to do, and he just took that bus underneath his wing. I'll never forget, because I was a little nervous about the no speaking English and how are we going to do this, and he said to me, as long as we have God in our lives and involved, we can do anything. And right
Wonderful.
there, I was sold.
Yeah.
And how many showers are on the van?
3.
3. And it's wheelchair, one of them is wheelchair accessible?
Yes.
Wonderful, which to me is huge. I just was so impressed when you had that, and an opening day was really thrilling and exciting. And I have pictures of you after you took a shower,
Yeah.
because you had to do a test run,
Yes.
which was really cool. And your plumber was also there on site to make
Yeah,
sure
'cause-
that if there were any glitches.
Well, see, the thing is the water wasn't warm enough for me. And I'm like, if the water's not warm enough for me, it's not going to be warm enough for our guests. So I called our plumber. He was right there.
That was amazing.
And
We should give a shout out to him too.
Arcatera's.
That was pretty cool. So, how are you supplying all the supplies? Because you mentioned the shampoo and hygiene kits and towels, and how are you cleaning all those towels? And let's talk about like the day-to-day operation of what needs to happen for this to function.
Well, Mary's been washing the towels, and that is a need that we'd like to shout out to the community. We do have a plan for washing the towels if somebody would just like to kind of hear about it and maybe come volunteer and help us with our towel demand, because it's getting big.
Okay. What
Yeah.
about detergent though, and shampoo and
Well,
underwear and socks?
We've got donations for the 3-in-1 that we've been using. We got most of the socks and underwear have
Well, we're
been-
good on men's socks right now
yeah,
for a
we
while.
sure are. But I think we're there. It's mostly been donations. Have we bought too much of that?
We've bought some, but
But the significant
little.
amount, yeah,
very little.
has been community donations, groups, supply drives. People have done supply drives all over town for us.
Wonderful.
Well, that's where Facebook comes in handy, because I was out of women's
yeah.
small underwear,
amazing.
and so I just took a picture
saw
of
the
my.
post.
I took a picture of my empty bin, and boy, the Amazon just started coming.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And today I was working in the shop, and that bin's full. Thanks
Beautiful.
to
Seriously, in
Awesome.
less than 24 hours. Like
Yeah.
not
Great.
even a whole 24 hours.
That's awesome.
yes.
I love Facebook for that, because you can reach so many people. So let's talk about how many locations are you going to, how many days a week, how many people are you serving, and I'd like you to also talk about the demographics, if it's mostly men, women, how many children are you seeing?
Okay. Well, we'll let Lori talk a little bit. How about the sites, Lori?
we have 4 sites, 3 in Stockton, 1 in Lodi. On Tuesdays, we are at Stockton Alliance on Lower Sac and Highmore. Wednesdays at Community Medical Center on Waterloo. Thursdays, we are at St. John's Episcopal on Minor and El Dorado. And on Fridays, we are at Grace and
Nope.
we're not at Grace and Mercy, I'm sorry. We're at Gravity church in Lodi on South Central.
But I'd also like to say we'd like to thank Grace and Mercy and Cheryl Francis.
She's awesome.
That's where we started with our Lodi site, but it turned out that we weren't able to spend as much time as we needed. Because her cafe closes at noon, and so we had to close up too. So that's when we went and seeked out Gravity. But we love Cheryl and
Cheryl
Grace
is
and
amazing.
Mercy.
And
Yes.
she is like a one-man dynamo. She gets
Yes.
supplies to people. I'm sure she's gotten you some
Yes.
laundry detergent and some other things that you've needed. Hygiene kits. Let's talk about what's in a hygiene kit. And then I still want to go back to numbers of people at these locations and demographics.
Okay, well,
Well, the
Go ahead.
hygiene kits, we've been having lots of offers from especially like youth groups and different school groups and whatnot to build hygiene kits for us. So that's been one way we've been getting them.
Can you
it's
explain
kinda-
what it is
well,
and what's in it?
Toothbrush, toothpaste, tissue, razor, and a comb is our basic requirement. And then if there's anything else people would like to bless, whatever else people want to put in the hygiene kit is fine. But we've been fortunate to have donations of toiletries and razors and that kind of items that we can give to youth groups to build the kits. So it's been kind of it's been really, really cool to see all
And
the
so-
different.
yeah, and a lot of people donate those little hotel soaps
Yeah.
and conditioners and lotions. And so when I bring the supplies to whoever's making the kits, sometimes people will buy the supplies themselves and make the kits, but a lot of times, they'll get them from us, and then I'll just send them with all those hotel stuffs and just tell them, put one of these in each, soap, conditioner, shampoo, lotion.
Above the
Above all-
requirements that we have, the razor, toothbrush, toothpaste, comb, and
Tissue.
Yes.
Okay. And go back to the different locations and let's talk about the hours that you're there. So Tuesday you mentioned Stockton Alliance. What hours are you there?
We are at our Stockton locations from 9 to 1:30.
Okay.
We take our last sign up at 1:30, so there could be 10 people on the list at 1:30, so it could take us all the way to 4 o'clock. We like to be off-site by 4.
Okay. And then how do you deal with, let's say someone shows up and you've taken your last sign up? How do you just tell them the next location?
Yes.
All right. And how are people getting to you? Are they walking? Are they...
They're walking.
mostly walking.
We have
Bicycles.
Bicycles.
walking, bicycles. Community
have
Medical
cars.
Center does shuttle some people in, some of their contacts.
From like their Gleason sites and different places.
Okay. And at that community medical center at that location, are they're doing medical services as well?
Yes, so they set up their little station also, and so
Perfect.
I'll just tell a little story. We had one gentleman take a shower, and when I asked him how you doing, he's like, "Well, I'm getting a little dizzy in here," and so I'm like, "Okay, well, let's come on out." I helped him out of the bus, and I sat him down in the chair, and I let the girls know at Community Medical Center. They brought out the blood pressure cuff and checked all his vitals. They said that didn't look good, so they called 911, and he went to the hospital. So, and Community Medical Center is great because they have behavioral health, drug rehab, plus medical and dental. So we have a lot of referrals going in for those needs.
And they're awesome. I'm going to
They
give
are.
a shout out to them as well. And they've been at the studio. I do a vaccine clinic for them as well at Gospel Center Rescue Mission at their Gleason
at the
House
Gleason House,
location.
yeah.
And not only are they throughout Stockton, but they're throughout our whole county and beyond, which I didn't realize until I had them here, that they're servicing beyond our county and they're servicing huge numbers of people that wouldn't have access to medical services otherwise.
Yes.
And they seem to really make it a point to kind of go above and beyond too. Like Mary was saying, they'll shuttle, some of their clients from different areas to our
That's awesome.
location so they can come have a shower, which is
That's awesome.
that's just incredible to me.
That's amazing, and I'm going to have you give the street address of all of those locations in just a minute. I know you mentioned in Stockton it's 9 to 1:30. What about at Gravity Church in Lodi?
Gravity is at 10 to 3.
10 to 3 p.m.
10:30.
10:30 to 3.
10:30 till 3 o'clock is last sign up. Their address is 715 South Central Avenue.
And let's give the addresses for the locations in Stockton as
Okay.
well, please.
Thursday, St. John's Episcopal is 316 North El Dorado Street. Wednesday at Community Medical is 1013 Waterloo Road. And Stockton Alliance is 825 Highmore Avenue.
Wonderful. And then how many people are you serving a day?
Well, that depends on our location. But right now, I can tell you, we have had 39 days of service
Okay.
where we're actually on location, 39 days. We've had a total of 420 showers, and we've had a total of 227 repeats, which is our meat and potatoes of what we're doing here. That's where we have our chance to make connections with people and hopefully help them get connected to different services.
That's right.
Huge.
With community medical, so 4 days a week, 39 days of service. A fourth of those days we served at community medical centers, and as of not last week, but the week before last, we have had 8 solid connections to their medical centers.
Wonderful.
Which is
That's
in
huge.
it is huge, because when you think about how many days and years it can take to
There
just
has to be
minister to
trust.
people
There has
and-
to be
and-
trust and
Yes.
connection. So that's huge. So not only are you providing a service directly, but you're building a bridge.
Yes, yes. So 54% of our guests have been returned, and like I said, that's our. We can't hope for much more than that. But you were asking about different locations and numbers at different locations. I have numbers from like our first 35 days. So St. John's is the winner with 117 showers for our first 35 days. Community Medical Centers is not too far behind with 109. Stockton Alliance isn't too much of a slouch at 80. And then when we did serve at Grace and Mercy, we had the opportunity of 43 showers. And then Gravity, we're just getting started. So we've done probably 11, 12, 13, 14, about 15 showers there so far.
And you mentioned 4 days a week. Are you looking to add more days? No.
No.
She's saying. So let's talk about that. So what would it take? What's required at a site for you to be able to do this? What would it take to add more days? Obviously more volunteers. And do you see yourself adding on more vehicles?
Okay, so that's the big question. You know, when are you going to get number 2 going? And I just say, whoa,
Yeah.
hold on.
Stop asking that question.
So I would like to, at least run for a year. I'd like to see,
Because you haven't been running that long. I was there
No.
at opening day, and it seems like it wasn't very long ago.
it was
November 4th.
Yeah, November 4th was our opening day. But, it's whatever God wants us to do, and He'll make it happen. And so, building that bus was a lot, okay? It took a lot. And
You were creating a wheel, though. But
well,
now,
no, Dean created the wheel.
Okay.
And we just kind of made
You
it.
have to build it from scratch, though.
Yeah.
But we did
Yeah.
have, we put 3 showers in. He has 2. So it's a little bit of different. But my thought is, if we do go with the second mobile shower, we will probably go with the trailer that's already fabbed or pre-made or whatever. Tracy Community has one. I don't know if you know about the mobile shower in Tracy. Well, yes, Tracy has a mobile shower there, and they have a trailer, and it has 2 showers. And I would probably go with the 3 shower model, and then have it made, ship it out here, and then put our logo on the outside, and we're done. That's my thought if we do go with the second vehicle.
Awesome.
Second showers.
And you mentioned early on the church in Ocampo, the Faith Community Church that donated the bus to you. Have they been supportive throughout this?
Yes. Yes, they have. So they just had a Christmas concert, and they chose Showered with Love to be their love offering.
Awesome.
Yes. And so we got a great donation through them.
Awesome.
We've had Carson Oaks Community Church. They had a crab feed, and they also chose Showered with Love to be their
local
Wonderful.
their local
nonprofit.
And what about fundraisers that you guys have had? And then I'm still interested, going back to the numbers of people, let's talk about demographics and men versus women and such.
I
More
haven't
men.
really looked at those numbers, but it's definitely more men than women. But there are plenty of women. If I had to just guess off the top of my head, I would say 20%,
His women.
somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Maybe
Okay.
maybe a little more.
Yeah.
And any children?
Yes, we
Yes.
have a couple of families that have visited us. One family that currently is receiving help and services at the Stockton Homeless Shelter. And they just, Dad just thought our showers would be a good supplement to his schedule. And then they've since, during their, time during the week, they come and visit us, not always for a shower, but just to say hi at 2 of our
Aw.
locations.
Awesome.
So that's really nice. We've had mother-sons come on different occasions, different moms, different sons, different families. What other little kids have we had? Oh, we just had a big family at in Lodi, where it was just the dad that wanted to take advantage again of the showers, but they were having services and staying at the Stockton Homeless Shelter. So we do have those are our most recent posts on Facebook. Is he was out with his family. They were not taking advantage, but having some of the we have a clothing truck that partners with us
Awesome.
on Fridays, which is really great, from Faith Community, who just is heaping
Tammy
on support.
Watson.
Yeah, perfect. And then they, kind of an afterthought, they came and, Dad wanted a shower. So he actually ran back to his wife and was like, can I, do we have time? And so, yeah, and then the kids came over. And we always have like food and, maybe coffee and snacks. So the kids enjoyed that.
And we
Okay.
need to wind it up. I know
Yes.
Ed also has taken advantage
Yes.
of showers.
Yes.
If I could, just go back to that towel need. We really do need 4 different people to do towels for us, and that would be like come on Thursday afternoon at St. John's Episcopal when we're closing, take our towels, bring them to a laundromat, get them washed, and then they'd bring them back to us clean on that same day, on not the same day they picked up, but on the following week. Then they'd bring us the clean towels, and then we would send them home with dirty towels again. So that's kind of how the towel volunteer would work.
All right. And how do they reach you to do that?
They can reach me on Facebook, or they can call me 209-390-5794.
And what's your website?
Showered, swlove.org.
Awesome. And I thank you guys for
Yeah,
coming out
thank you.
today. I've followed your amazing story and I'm so excited. And I see you guys expanding. And to me, what you're doing in the community is phenomenal. You're giving people hope. And you're helping people turn their lives around. And I think it's huge. And thank you so much for taking the time to be here today.
Yeah, thank you,
Thank
Julie.
you.
All right. And with that, I'm going to sign off. I am the voice of San Joaquin. You are the voice of San Joaquin. We are the voice of San Joaquin.